Oh shit, it's aiming right at my feet and shit. There we are, that's better. That's a lot better. You're harassing me, Sir Cat. What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with 420 Gamer TV, bringing you guys a very funny customer service video. And this one's called The Karens. Now, I've done a Karen video before, pretty much talking about Karens and how they're annoying and they're a blight on every customer service rep ever. Well, tonight was very uniquely funny because, well, towards the end of my night, like I would say within the last, I don't know, 2 hours of my shift, one of the front end PICs of my store went to go get her coffee and everything from Starbucks, and she walked past. She's like, "I got a customer complaint against you." I'm like, "Oh, really? Who? What they say?" Because they can't tell me who specifically, and I honestly don't care who, because I can take a wild guess, because they're always the same people. But she's all like, "Well, they called you prejudiced." I'm like, "Oh, what? Prejudiced?" Like, oh shit, they don't know me very well. Me being part Hispanic, and, you know, yeah, I'm white. But I also have a half Filipino son who's also half white. My fiance is a Blasian girl. She legit is a black Asian girl. Majority of my family is mixed race and everything else. So, to the point of prejudiced, no, I'm an asshole. I hate everyone equally. All races, all genders, everyone. If you're a shit human being, and I say this, if you're a shit human being, you're shit. Don't care your race, creed, fucking how much money you make. If you're a shit human, you're a shit human. But, like, she was laughing because she's Samoan, and she, like, everyone who works with me knows I ain't prejudiced. I'm just an asshole. I'm funny, and I say some really, like, out-of-the-world shit. But I'm sitting there laughing my ass off because the one person I know of who probably said it is this fucking native lesbian dykey bitch who comes in my store at least once a week. And ever since one little interaction with her, she's, like, pretty much not liked me since. And I honestly don't care. And it's simply because, you know, hey, I do my job, and, you know, if they're jealous or mad or angry or whatever because I have a job or I do my job, well, too bad. And, well, what ended up happening with this lady in particular was fucking, she had her kid walk all their stuff out of the store. Now, this is the scenario, right? Her and her wife, or girlfriend, or whatever she is, her partner, were in their vehicle waiting outside of the store. Okay? Now, I work security, so, I mean, one of the number one things that people do, especially thieves, is they'll have their kids push stuff out the store. Because, you know, hey, there's nothing we can do. It's a kid. I mean, all we can do is, you know, write it down in a report and contact the parents or contact APD to contact the parents. That's it. Okay? And, well, this lady in her vehicle sees me, I guess, talking to her kid, because I'm sitting there like, "Oh, do you have your receipt, bud?" or anything? And the kid's being rude and disrespectful straight out the gate. Like, straight out the gate, this kid's being rude and disrespectful. So I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, that cart's not going to go anywhere until your parents, who have the receipt, come up to me. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to wait right here. And, I mean, the kid didn't really have to go anywhere. Mom came in yelling at me, going, "Why are you harassing my kid? What's wrong with you? Like, I paid for all that stuff. Here's the receipt right here." It's like, well, the receipt should be with all the stuff, ma'am. Period. Whether your kid's pushing it out, you're pushing it out, your wife's pushing it out, whoever's pushing out the cart should be the one with the receipt. My job is to stop and hold and make sure that everything is actually paid for. Now, your kid can go, but at the same time, there's security cameras. Now, if I don't have proof that this was paid for, that's going to go down in a report that I'm going to write, and I'm going to give them your description, your kid's description, the description of your wife, and the description of your van. And then from there, Anytime you come into the store, you then will be watched. Now, that's up to you, and all you have to do is show me a receipt. That's it. But she sat there and played like, oh, you just stopped him because he's native. It's like, no. I stopped him because the door went off. And right when I said that, a white couple will go through, beeping at the door. I was like, did you folks buy any clothes or meat or anything like that by chance? And they stopped. They were polite and courteous. They walked up to me. They showed me their receipt, and I let them go. Now, at that same time, that lady's still watching, and she's like, oh, so that's how you are with that? I was like, no, I'm like that with everybody, ma'am. Period. It don't matter who you are or what you are at all. What matters is if you have your receipt. If you forgot it, you left it, you threw it away, whatever, we can simply just go, take a look, check it out, and if you're on your way. I mean, yes, I do apologize that it's taken, so long, but I'm just doing my job. And, of course, I got a customer complaint from that very lady, and the funny thing is, she used the same term, prejudiced. Now, she said I was prejudiced against Native people. I'm like, I'm also part Native American, just not Native Alaskan, so, no. But, well, that was my first thought process, because this dykey lesbian bitch came into the store. I'm like, I have a good idea who said it, because beeped. I even asked, like, did you buy any meat or anything like that, ma'am? Any clothing? And she's just like, it's fucking meat. I'm like, okay, you can leave. You don't have to be rude every single time. So, I'm pretty sure it was her who complained against me. And honestly, I don't fucking care. Because the best part about my story is our security cameras have sound. So it's like, I'm being respectful, I'm being nice, I'm doing my job. People don't like it, go suck a dick or a vagina, what the fuck ever your preference. I don't give a shit. But, well, the other Karen for this was freaking this lady who was at check stand 9. Like, she's known as the cookie lady. And I didn't know this until today. And she's known as the cookie lady because every single time she comes in, she buys fucking ass loads of cookies. I mean, and every single time she comes in, she has 3 carts full of stuff. So, hey, she's spending money in the store. Awesome! We love that. But at the same time, does not give you the right at all to be a bitch or an asshole because you're spending money in the store. Because at the same time, you can go spend that money in a whole nother store. And you can be an asshole to those people. And guaranteed those people in that store will do the same thing. They'll treat you the same way. And then you'll lose stores I'm going to because you're an asshole or a bitch. Because you feel entitled to that because you're spending money or they're there to serve you. No. Because that's the best thing about being in customer service is if they're rude or disrespectful. So if you're a person who's getting in to customer service or you are in customer service, know this and know this well. Okay? If someone's cussing at you, being rude, demeaning, or just being straight out mean to you for no reason, you can deny them service and then prompt them to another associate and or call your manager for your manager to handle the situation because that's what they're paid for. Just an FYI. So, when in doubt, call the manager, guys. Okay? But, well, this lady, she was being mean to one of the parcel dudes and everything else, right? So, the parcel dude, he walks past and she's like, oh, are you going to be the one to help me with my carts? And he's like, oh, yes, ma'am, I can help you with your carts. And so, he was actually currently on a break. He's like, oh, yeah, when I get back from my break, I can help you with your carts. I'm coming back in a few minutes. So, when he comes back, he walks past the check stand to go talk to one of the PICs. And as he's walking, he's like, are you going to go get my cart now? Are you going to go get my cart now? Are you going to go get my cart now? Now, at this point in time, another parcel walked by. He's like, I can help you out, ma'am. And now, at this current time, she's already done checking out. She's literally sitting in the line. Still in the line. All 3 of her carts are, like, legit past the check stand. They're waiting for her to go and grab her carts and everything else. She is now yelling at the cashier. She's now yelling at the parcel for taking so long. And, like, legit, one of the parcels, he's all like, ma'am, could you please get out of my way? Ma'am, excuse me. Like, ma'am. Okay, could you just fucking move? I'm like, yeah, there we go. And like, she was mad, so she went to go complain to one of the managers about it. But the funny thing is, the manager was right there, and the manager was promptly did this. Ma'am, he asked you politely like 3 to 4 times if you could, like, he said, excuse me, or could you please move, so that he can get you your carts. But you would not move. And she's like, well, you're just being rude. Like, you're not going to do anything about your associate cussing at me? It's like, ma'am, you would not move. You refuse to move. You want service, but you're refusing to move. Do you not hear or see what's going on right now? So it's just like, what? And she goes over to the PIC. She finally moves. She walks around, goes over to where the PIC and the parcel were talking, and she's like, are you now finally going to grab my cart? And she's interrupting the two who are having a conversation, which is rude. And apparently she was not raised properly, and her parents didn't teach her proper manners, or they did, and she just didn't listen. Because that's what seems to be a big generational thing nowadays, especially in 2020 of, oh, I'm Karen, or Darren, or Naren, or Aaron, or, like, yeah, we were having so many, like, we were creating names for the different races of Karen. It was glorious. But, yeah, like, it was just a very interesting night, because we had a very interesting night, and all the associates were in a we don't care mood at the moment, for the simple fact of the matter that with Walmart being temporarily closed due to COVID-19 outbreak, and Costco being temporarily closed due to outbreak, we had a gross amount of business all day. I mean, we had, I would say, an average day or above average day all day long. From when I got there until I clocked out, it was like steady business all day long. And we're just like, oh my god, we just want to go home. But yeah, I mean, just note that if you're going into a place and you're thinking about being rude to a customer service rep, do note, they be getting tired of your bullshit. And some of them will say some shit and lose their job and not care. Because there's other jobs out there, just an FYI. But yeah, now that's pretty much for the Karen's video. It was a very interesting night. That's for sure. But hopefully everyone found this entertaining, enjoyable, and, you know, hey, just a heads up to watching out for all those Karens out there, because they ain't just white. They black, they Asian, they fucking Samoan, they Mexican, it don't matter. There's Karens and Darrens of every race, and they will vary from like level 1 to like level 1,000. But yep, hopefully y'all had some fun. Have a great one. Catch me for the next one. Later.